Sometimes I crave chocolate chip cookies really badly. Do you? Let's talk about it. Hi, my name is Jeffrey Butts, and I'm a doctor of dental surgery, and this channel is all about health and wellness for you to be healthy and wealthy. And today we are talking about when it gets really hard when you're on a diet, okay? Yes, sometimes chocolate chip cookies will come up, like the conversation or something will come up, and my body will say, huh? What? Yes, it says yes. Now, all these great things that we know about sugar, well, maybe not so great things. It's great to know what it does. It's great to know how good it tastes. It's great to know also, right? You know that in spiking your blood sugar, it can also affect your immune system. I mean, we know all of these things. I mean, that's sugar's not good for you. Got it. Sugar's not good for you. But sometimes it calls out in a gentle, loving, caressing way. You know, like the sirens in the Odyssey, calling Odysseus and the ship to just try to get them trapped on the rocks, and then they eat all the soldiers and eat all the sailors. That's what chocolate chip cookies do to me. All right, they try to drag my ship off course. But you know what? Sometimes I let it. Sometimes I'm not gonna say I can't help it if I wanted to, but I wouldn't help it even if I could. Thank you, Michael Jackson. And I feel like sometimes it's okay to now cheat. Yeah, I said that. Sometimes it's okay to cheat because perfection is only for the Lord. Not that we should not try to be as good as we can, but only God is perfect. And we are his children. We are made of man stuff. Not an excuse, guys. Not an excuse to go crazy. But what I'm saying is that we are on this earth. The earth has certain pulls and pollutions and toxins and things that simply can direct our decisions because of the environment that we're in. So sometimes I crave cookies. So besides the cookies, and because of my blood type, there are other certain foods that it says that I'm not supposed to eat. And we're talking about the blood type diet just for a quick second. Let me just give you a brief overview of what it is. The object or the idea of this particular diet is different blood types. There's A, there's B, there's AB, and O. Those different blood types also have a positive and a negative. So it's like there's 8 different ones, right? Each one, now the positive or the negative, right now I can't tell if there's a difference. I'm sure that there's a nuance that will make a positive O blood type person different than a negative O blood type person. I can't quite tell the difference. I have not done that particular work yet, but what I can say is that there's a similarity between the positives and the negatives in each category. That's what it seems like, but I am so sure that there are nuances. So there's things that you could hear, things that I could say to you, but I'm an O negative person, and that's not how it is for me, and maybe that is right because I'm an O positive person, and I'm also just giving it to you from my own particular experience. But the blood type diet, okay, here we go. If you eat the foods that you're not supposed to eat based on your blood type, then it'll make it so that it causes inflammation. It makes your blood thicker because of that inflammation. Now that thicker blood is having to be pumped by your heart, which now makes the heart do more work. Because the heart is doing more work, there's less energy that can go out to things like your immune system, and you can get sick, and your heart is working too hard for what's going on in your internal system. That's it. That's really it. So based on that, the blood type diet, if you adhere to it, then you won't have that thicker blood. You'll have a better flow. You'll have better immunity. And that is the premise or the basis that I understand as, that's what I'm experiencing right now, that I'm showing you guys with the blood type diet. So that's the blood type diet, all right? Life is all about balance. And in terms of that balance, what you want to do is, for the most part, do the things that's good for you. And for the most part, eliminate or lessen the things that you're not good for you. Okay, that's what they say. That's what I say. All right, so I'm going to introduce the 80-20 rule about blood type. So eat 80% of what you're supposed to eat, and if you have to, eat 20% or allow 20% for things to just happen and they're not actually on your blood type diet. It's not, it says, don't eat that barracuda, but the barracuda's there and they sauteed it deliciously. And it's not on my blood type. It's not, I shouldn't do it. But if you're doing what you're supposed to do on the good side, 80 side, well then enjoy the barracuda and hopefully it's delicious, right? So that is how I think one can navigate with their life, because I say that there's 5 things, right? 5 things that you have to pay attention to. And really the blood type diet or diet in general is only 20% of what somebody should be doing for themselves based on what I believe to be good health, right? So you got to eat well, and we're talking about the diet, the blood type diet, and that's water, vitamins, nutrients, right? Vitamins, minerals, okay? That's all food to me. You got to sleep, you got to get your rest. You got to exercise. There's different kinds of exercise that you should do. You should have detoxification moments because this world is so crazy. And because the world is so crazy and has so many toxins floating in the air besides the radiation from our telephones, we should be considering a program that makes us detoxification. And the last one is mindfulness behavior, which is what makes all of this happen. This is how we get to have this conversation, this conscious conversation. But the mindfulness behavior is having a conscious conversation with your subconscious so that it can do what you want it to do for your life. Subconscious is the big gorilla, and the consciousness is like the gorilla trainer, right? And if you allow that gorilla to just get out of control, the trainer won't be able to control the gorilla. So control the gorilla by doing certain things, certain techniques that help you tame that beast, which really only means to help you, but it's like a child. So you have to just train it properly so that it does the proper things for you. So meditation is great, reading is great, being kind to people is great, gratitude, a good attitude. That is mindful behavior that you can use, and that actually affects your health. It just does, right? So food, sleep, exercise, detoxification, and mindfulness behavior are the other things. We're only talking about 20%, which is the food. Eat your food, eat your vegetables, the vegetables that it says that are right for you. And also test yourself. See how it is when you only eat the vegetables that it says are right for you. How do you feel, right? You could take an allergy test if you get a chance to. You know, I also know that there's some people that are very, very scared of needles. I know that. They don't want a needle in their mouth. They don't want a needle in their arm. They don't want a needle anywhere near them, right? So for those people, I don't know how well these things work, but there's those bio scans that you might be able to use to help you find out what's going on with your inside chemistry. But please know, easiest for everyone, for you to get the information would be to get a proper blood test that shows your lipids and certain hormones and chemicals that are going on in your body, certain minerals that you have at your resource so that your body can best do what it needs to do to function, because it is a machine. We could treat it like a car. You put the right fuel in it, you put the right oil in it, and it's supposed to run well. It's supposed to run well if you don't get into any accidents, right? So sticking with a good nutrition is something that you want to do for yourself, because it will set you up to do more better things for yourself and other people. I always say that community is really where it's at. And us helping each other is the way to go, except for we have to first help ourselves. Two broken people can't come together and make a one whole one. That just doesn't work that way. Now you got a big broken mess. You got one whole to come up with another whole, and that will be a one. If you're gonna cheat, if cheating is what you're gonna say you're gonna do, plan that thing out, man. woman, plan it. Plan your cheat day, okay? But also plan your non-cheat days. And just do, just like we said, 80-20. So you're gonna have 80% of non-cheat days. And then that 20% that you put on your calendar, on your schedule, that is a scheduled cheat. I love the organization that you got going on. Do it then. And that's it. And by the way, enjoy the smack out of that. I mean, really, really enjoy. Because you're cheating. I guess if it feels bad and it feels so good, you know, if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. That type of way, if that's what's happening, oh my God, you better enjoy that cheat. I know I will. I mean, I do, okay? When I know I'm eating something that I'm not supposed to eat, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna enjoy what it is. I'm not supposed to drink beer. Beer's delicious. I had a couple beers, you know? Because it just tastes good, reminding me of all the good things that I loved about beer. But for the most part, I don't drink beer. Everybody knows I drink tequila, okay? When I say if you're gonna do it, you better do it, right? And then we talked about mental attitude and mindfulness behavior. Well, okay. If you have planned your food cheat day, right? Day or time or moment, can't cheat all day, I don't know. Well, maybe you can, but if you do, right, when you do, and you're done, and you're wiping your mouth, and you're flossing, and then you're brushing, and you know that you just had an amazing, indulgent something that is not supposed to be good for you. All right, now, do not feel bad about it, okay? Don't worry your pretty head about it. Why? Because that worry that you put on yourself, that you allow in, that can do bad things for you, okay? That messes with your mental psyche, which is part of your health. And because that part is being affected by, I can't believe what I did, why did I do that? That's gonna hurt. That could cause problems for you, okay? Because the mind is so powerful and it can actually make physiologic changes in your body. And because you can think yourself sick, people forget that you can also think yourself well, right? But I'm just saying, let's avoid thinking ourselves sick from something what we've just done, okay? Guilt is not an emotion or a feeling that we need to hold on to because it brings down our vibration. All right, guys, so we've talked about some things here, right? It's the balance that you need. It's the 80-20 rule, 80% of what you should eat, 20% of what you shouldn't eat, right? It's the guilt-free or planned cheat moments, right? Those are all the things. Now, we've got other parts of life. We're only talking about food here, all right? But what are you gonna do? How are you gonna incorporate it for yourself for this year, this moment, and the moments and years to come? How are you gonna be 10 years from this moment, all right? Should the good Lord spare your life and you get to live on this earth with all of the things that happen in this earthly realm, right? How is your health gonna be in 10 years? And what are you gonna do to make sure that it's tip-top, right? So guys, just leave your answers in the comment section and let's talk about it there because this is our community. We are getting healthy and wealthy together, absolutely. And your health is your wealth. That is number one thing because you cannot do what you need to do when you're sick, all right? Like and subscribe to this channel as everyone seems to be liking and subscribing. Join us, right? Hit the thumbs up button, okay? Hit that thumbs up button so that the algorithm knows that we're here, all right? And let's talk about a couple other things a little bit later. My name is Jeffrey Butts. I'm a doctor of dental surgery. With the thought in the back of my mind that pretty much nobody wants to go to the dentist. I try to make it as comfortable and as pleasant an atmosphere for someone to come into a dental office, all right? So when they enter the door, they're family already, off the top. I want them to feel safe I want them to know that they are in an extra clean place. So clean. Not that you should eat off the floor, but I'd like you to think that you could. I notice that people do not just bring their teeth to me, they bring their whole bodies. So we review food, sleep, exercise, detoxification, and mindfulness behavior with the patient. We provide many services here at Camp Creek Dental. We do braces, root canals, and of course I do surgery. Wisdom teeth extractions, surgical extractions, simple extractions, and of course implants, single or full arch restorations should the patient need it. I have acquisition machines. They take digital images without putting a goop in your mouth in order to make an impression. I have a 3D scanner so I could take a better look at canals. I can look at bone. I can look at sinuses. I also do crowns, and I make the crowns here. So I basically have an in-house lab at the office that does lab quality crowns for the patients. We have big bays for our treatment rooms, and the chairs are just super comfortable. We usually have R&B, some hip hop playing. Music helps me move, particularly when some Jill Scott comes on, or some Marvin Gaye, or some Luther Vandross. Having been a rock star some time ago, I've gotten to play to 10 and 20,000 people at a time. I've been to Europe opening for the Black Eyed Peas. My best friend is this guy named Cody Chestnut. Music and dentistry to me are very, very similar. You have to train in order to play the instrument. You have to know the instrument itself, and then you have to also know the application of it. I'm definitely passionate. I'm caring. I'm empathetic. My staff is as caring as I am. I could not do anything that I do without my amazing team. If I was speaking directly to someone that was coming to see me, I would say, get ready for a good time, all right? Get ready for a dental experience like you've never had before, a positive one. Please be ready to accept the laughter and the music and the love that we have for everyone that we serve here.